Hi, my name is Sky, and I am going to teach you how to play piano. No, I'm really not. I am going to show you the way that I'm going to teach myself how to play piano. And hopefully, in doing that, I can inspire you to do the same for yourself, and I can give you a method that will help you get started. Um, I have an associate's degree in music, but I never learned to play an instrument properly. At the time that I got my associate's degree, I got it at Santa Monica College, Santa Monica, California. Uh, got my degree in, I think, maybe 2004, 2005, something like that. So it's been a while. And I considered myself a guitar player at the time, but I was not very good. I could not move my hands fast enough because I didn't grow up playing any instrument. And to just jump in and expect to be able to play was pretty unrealistic. But while I was there, I learned a lot of theoretical knowledge about music, how music works, and it's been kind of just floating around in my head for a while. And I want to put that to use. I have a lot of interest in music, I love music, and I want to be able to play music for people. And so it's about time I finally learned how to play this damn thing. So here is what I need to do. I need to make a habit of playing every single day. Every day I need to sit down at this piano and I need to do something that is going to teach me. I need to do something that is healthy for my learning. Okay? This is what all the experts are saying now about how do you become good at something. And it's not about being super talented. It's all about having good habits. And so I needed to come up with something that I could do every single day without fail that would be really good for learning how to play. And I think I've come up with something pretty amazing. I essentially wrote a song with a scale as the melody of the song. And there's just so much packed into this to really just create those fundamentals on which everything else can be built. So I'm going to play for you what I've come up with. And it's going to be in the B major scale. And if I forget to tell you why it's in the B major scale, it'll be in another video. But I'm going to try and fit that in here if I remember to. So I'm going to start with the B major scale, and I'm just going to play it first, one time through, and then I'll break it down and tell you what I'm doing and why. That's it. That's my song. And I'm going to play that song in every scale, in every key, with every scale. I'm going to play it where the melody, the scale, is in the bottom. So I'll have the left hand playing the scale, the right hand playing the chords. But basically that's it. I've essentially made myself a song. I can play the song over and over again because it's a song and it feels like a song, it sounds like a song. It is easy for me to start working on playing things musically. So if I was just playing scales, that doesn't sound like a song, right? So there's nothing inspiring me to play it musically. But when I do what I just did, it sounds like a song. So as I practice it, I want to make it more musical, just naturally. It's my inclination. So let me break this down for you. So in the left hand, and again we can try it with the chords in the right hand, but we're gonna do this is all I'm doing right now is with chords on the left hand. I have a B major triad, the B on the bottom, D sharp, F sharp, creates a B major chord. Okay? And then we're going to play through each of the closed voicings of that chord. So that by closed we mean that all of the notes are as close to each other as they can be in the chord. So we're going to move it to where the D sharp is at the bottom and B on top. And then we're going to play with the F sharp on the bottom. Then we're going to come back down. And then we're going to move to a C minor chord. Okay, so we have a C sharp, we have an E, and we have a G sharp. C minor, and again we're just going to go through each of the voicings. We're not going to go all the way up to having the C sharp on the bottom again, we're going to go down from there. And then we're going to move to, move to an F sharp, except that we're going to keep the C sharp on the bottom for the start of it. So moving from the C sharp minor with the E on the bottom, we're going to, so we have our E is being played, and we're going to move that down to a D sharp. We're going to move this E down to a C sharp. Play the F sharp major with the C sharp on the bottom. And then we're going to go back to B, but with D sharp on the bottom. And C minor. And then F sharp major with A sharp on the bottom. And then back to our root position B. Okay? So that's our chord progression. And this chord progression is really important because what we're doing is called a 2-5-1 progression. And 2-5-1 is absolutely the heart of all Western music. And everything, even the stuff that doesn't seem like it's based on 2-5-1 that people are doing now, Western music is really based on variations of 2-5-1. And hopefully in the future I'll be able to make some videos that talk about how you can vary the 2-5-1. But for now, let's just say 2-5-1 is the heart of Western music, so we want to learn it. And so if we just start with the one chord, and then we do the closest possible voicing of the two chord, is going to be here, and then this is the closest possible voicing of the 5 chord to our original 1 chord, and that's how we end our song. And so it creates this 2-5-1 progression right there. But then we're also gonna do it in a more extended version before we do that. So that closes our song, but we start with an extended version of the 2-5-1. So we're just voicing over the 1 chord, and we're voicing over the 2 chord, then we're voicing over the 5 chord, and then we're going to do our closer. Go 1, 2, 5, 1. And all of that, I've voiced them in such a way, timed them out in such a way, where they line up really nicely and kind of beautifully with 2-octave major scale. So that's our 2-octave major scale. Doesn't sound like much, just sounds like a scale. But when you line it up with our progression, and I'm going to go really slow here. Oop, messed it up. And that's it. Like this, it's so beautiful. It's just a scale, but it just sounds like a song. We got this rise and this turnaround and this fall, and then back to our 2-5-1 to close it out and just drive it home. And in that song, we now have once we've gone through every single scale, we'll have practiced every major triad that is in a major scale that we use. And I will have learned each major scale. And that's it. Like, what else could you want as far as like something to create a habit around? I'm learning a song, even though it's not really a song you'd ever perform. I'm learning a song. I'm learning major scale in 2 octaves, and I'm learning each possible voicing of each chord, each major triad. Not every possible chord by any means, but each major triad and each minor triad that occur in our major scales. So there's just so much there packed into that. And just one last thing to close it out. Actually, two more things. So hold on. So I mentioned that I started with the B major scale, and I'm just real briefly going to explain why. I'm not going to go into a lot of it this video, but briefly, most people start things with C major, and the reason they start things with C major is because it's all white keys, and because it's all white keys, it's really easy on paper to explain what's happening. It's much easier to explain what's happening when you don't have to talk about sharps, you don't have to talk about flats. But when you're trying to learn to feel your way around the instrument, all those white keys are kind of no man's land. There's no landscape to follow to figure out where you are. So I actually started on the opposite end. I started with B major because the B major includes every single black note on the keyboard. It's all there. And so that's going to give me a landscape I can follow, this up and down, and follow the black keys. They tell me where I am. And then from there, this is the other, I told you there were 2 more things, so that was the first one. The second thing is how we're going to work our way through all the scales. And the way we're going to do that is what's called the circle of fifths. And I'm not going to talk about that today, but all you need to know about the circle of fifths is that in order to use it to go through all the scales, we're just going to, whatever the 5th note is of our scale, that's going to be the scale that we do next. So in this case, F sharp. So after the B major, I'm going to go to F sharp major. And then our 5th here is a C sharp. I'm going to go ahead and switch to calling that D flat because we're going to start looking at flats as we go around the circle. So I'm going to do a D flat major. And then from D flat major, we see our 5th here is A flat. So I'm just going to go down an octave because it's even, we can go to any A flat is fine here. So we're going to go down to this A flat, and we're going to do an A flat major here. We're going to do the same song, and then here our 5th is E flat. So we're going to do the same song on E flat, and then here we see our 5th is the B flat. So we're going to do our same song on D flat major. And then that's our F, so we're going to do F major, and then C. Now we're finally playing white notes, all white notes, but by this point we've got a much better feel of how to work our way around the keys. So it's a little safer to start working on the C now that we kind of know where we are a little bit. It's still going to be a little no man's land, I think. I haven't started working on this scale yet, but I think it's going to be a little bit no man's land, but we'll see how it goes. And then G, so we're gonna do a G major, and then there the D, so we're gonna do with F sharp in the middle. We're gonna do D major, and here the A, so we're gonna do A major, and then here's E, and then here's B. So we made it all the way around. We've learned every scale. That's 12 scales that we made it through. And right now I am roughly done the done the C sharp a little bit, done A flat a little bit, also done E flat a little bit, and B flat, and I've just started on the F. Just today, started a tiny bit working on the F major scale. I'm just trying to work through them one at a time. And you know, the one I can play best right now, obviously, is the B, because that's where I started, and every day I practice the B, and then I work my way around the circle and see how far I can get without any super crazy bad flubs. Like, just kind of, like, usually the first time I play each scale right now, something messes up, and I have to kind of think about it, work my way through it again, and then the second time I play it through, it's not too terrible. And so with that, I'm up to just barely working on the F. Today I was just starting to work out the scale and the chords for the F major scale. So hopefully I'll be back to give you guys some more of this, because I know this went a little long, but I wanted to explain everything I was doing here, and I'll try and go into more detail in future videos. All right, bye.